So, after the Battle of Badr, right, after the Battle of Uhud, sorry, the Prophet had a dream that they were going to make the great pilgrimage. The Hajj.
This pilgrimage is, what is it, Hajj?
Hajj, that's right, yeah.
Right, so when you guys see on TV when all these pilgrims which are dressed in towels, this is called Hajj.
Yeah.
This is originated from?
This is basically from the time of, this is from a long time ago, from the time of Abraham. That they used to circumambulate around the Kaaba. It's a whole ritual. But anyway, they went to Mecca. They went to Mecca following the Prophet and dressed in these white robes to make the greater pilgrimage because of the dream that Prophet had. As you can see, wow, there you go.
Oh, hey, some pilgrims right here.
We have some pilgrims right here for us. I think they're coming from somewhere here, okay. So they went to Mecca and there, oh yes. Excuse me, sir, can we stop you here? Can we stop you here? Yes. You're coming from
Mecca, just come from Mecca.
Weren't you supposed to go make the greater pilgrimage with the Prophet?
We wanted to, that's why we left, to try and make a bit greater pilgrimage. But
Can we play the video? Carry on playing the video, please.
unfortunately, it didn't bear fruit. What happened was the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, he negotiated a treaty with the Meccans at the meeting point for us to go in. Part of the treaty meant that we couldn't go in to make the pilgrimage this year.
Okay, thank you very much. Keep going. Right, as you can see, the treaty is going on in the back. It's very long. I'll summarize it for you. What the pilgrims were saying is that they went to Mecca. Well, what happened, say?
Basically, it was prevented performing the pilgrimage.
Exactly. They were turned back by the Prophet, by the Meccans. They said you can come next year, and they said that anyone who comes from Medina to Mecca, they will not be returned. But if anyone from Mecca goes to Medina, you have to return them. And people were like, what? This is crazy.
Like this initially was like a blow to the Muslims.
Exactly. They're like, how is this fair?
Obviously not fair.
Yeah, so what happened? Do you remember?
Basically, no, you tell me. I can't remember.
It was a verse from the Quran which was revealed that indeed this is a manifest victory, and it was actually a victory because this was a chance for the Muslims. If they were to go from Medina to Mecca, they would stay there in Mecca because they weren't allowed to leave. But why does this benefit the Muslims?
Of course, because they allowed to practice within the community, and they had no people threatening to kill them because they were as a pack of one. And also by living as a Muslim, this will actually encourage others who will view the Muslims and see the beauty of Islam. And this will end in Islam spreading amongst the people who
exactly, yeah, because the Muslims were amongst the polytheistic Meccans. They would see what Islam was really like. And that's how it worked, isn't it?
So it actually benefited them at the end.
Exactly, but you know, it wasn't meant to last. The Meccans broke the treaty where they're supposed to protect each other and not fight, etc. And they attacked some of the Medinas on the outskirts of Medina, and the whole hell broke loose. And Prophet said, right, I'm going to go up to Mecca and we're going to take the city. And Prophet Muhammad, with how many do you remember?
10,000.
10,000 of his followers went up to Mecca and he entered Mecca, and this was amazing. Why is it amazing, say?
Because when the Prophet came with his 10,000 men,
yeah,
and he went to the Quraysh and faced them, he asked the Quraysh, what would you do?
Exactly. Well, we have to see what he said first of all, isn't it? So, can we have the video, please, of what he said when he entered Mecca? So, he said, "Oh, people of Quraysh, what do you think I'm about to do with you?" And this was interesting. What would you do? What would you do if you've been persecuted,
tortured,
humiliated, right? What would you?
I was taken away. I would get my revenge. I would want the same. What they did to me, I want to return it back to them.
I do what happened to those three guys, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. But no, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he didn't do any of that. What did he do? He said, he asked the Quraysh this, what do you think I'm going to do with you? To the Meccans. And what the Meccans said? Do you remember?
Do it to me?
No, well actually they expected him to do something good. Because they said, oh noble brother of ours, we expect everything good from you. Because you are good in character. So he did. He actually forgave all of them. Right? He forgave all of the Meccans and they lived peacefully there. So,
basically, the Meccans were safe as long as they didn't attack the Muslims within Mecca.
Exactly, but to be honest, the Muslims were outnumbering the Meccans now. And Prophet Muhammad, now that they had Mecca, right, peacefully, this is the important part, peacefully, right? Not a single finger or weapon was raised, okay? This is something which is going to be very hard to grasp, but not a single weapon or finger was raised, okay? And now they were in Mecca, they were living peacefully, they were prosperous. And this put Arabia on the map, okay? People before, like the Romans and the Byzantine Empire and the Persians, they didn't know what Arabia was, what it was. It was just a stop on the way, you know? And this put Arabia on the map. And what happened then?
So basically the Greeks, empires like the Greeks, the Persians, actually saw Arabia, and they actually recognized Arabia as a place of...
As a power, yeah, basically.
Islam actually made that for them.
Exactly. And then, right, now, they were living peacefully, and remember, they still have to make their greater pilgrimage. So remember?
Because they were told to go away like the first year, so they were promised the next year.
Yeah.
Did they do Hajj at the end?
They did, and do you remember how many disciples there were?
100,000.
100,000 followers, okay?
So within a year, it jumped from 10,000 followers to 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000.
That's how fast Islam was spreading.
It was spreading like wildfire, because there's no more persecution. No one's gonna put you on burning coal. No one's going to, strangle you or kill you now, because now that Muslims are dominating there, people were happy. They're like, yes, I want to finally acknowledge the truth. Because they could not deny the truth now any longer. They said, we have to accept Islam now as it is. And they felt happy in doing so. And people from all around Arabia joined Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, 100,000 in total. 100,000. And they went where? Remember was it the plain of Arafat, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the day of Arafat, where the Muslims begged for mercy and forgiveness from God. Here, okay, at this point, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he made the final sermon. And this sermon, he gave the final sermon. And this sermon is just breathtaking, okay? It's amazing. It summarizes the beauty of Islam. And this is what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had to say.